Hello everyone. Today we have Mr. Jitender Panihar, Chief People Officer, MoEngage. Congratulations, Mr. Panihar, on winning the OLX People HR Excellence Award under the category Best Startup.
Thank you, Abid. Thank you.
For my viewers, in this quick discussion with you, we'll try to find out what different things you introduce in this hiring strategy over the last 1 year. And I would also like to understand the thought process behind of MoEngage. What are the innovations that made them the winner? I'll start with my first question, Jitender. What was your core recruitment strategy before this pandemic, and what changes you brought when this crisis started affecting the workplace?
So our core recruitment strategy is largely driven by our business plan, right? And last year the business plan for us was growth, because just before pandemic, we closed our Series C funding, and we were coming back to gearing for growth. So March was the month when we started working on our growth plans. I was also expanding my own team, and we were expanding in multiple geographies and multiple markets as well. But unfortunately, the pandemic hit us, and we had to actually go back to the drawing board, and then had to make tweaks in our business plans, which means the recruitment strategy had to be worked around. In fact, had to be reworked based on the business plans. So, like any other organization, we were also being hit, in the initial quarters, because, we are a B2B SaaS organization. So, if our clients are getting hit, that means, it's a direct impact on us. And interestingly, one of our largest portfolio, is travel and hospitality. And, all of us know, the impact and implication travel and hospitality had to go through last year. I mean, and then they still are going through that. So all of us had to relook at our plans, and the recruitment strategy essentially had to be shifted from a high growth aggressive strategy to a pause strategy in between, because this was a time when all of us were relooking at how do you optimize costs, right? How do we make best use of the existing resources and some of the other things as well. So the initial 2 months were a little bit of pause strategy, wherein you're trying to find structure to the ambiguous problem called as pandemic. After that, we totally moved to hiring only important I would say positions and roles in the organization, because for during growth phase, you want to expand in your markets, and you want to hire a lot of people alongside some buffers as well. But now you had to look at optimizing the cost at the same time. So we only looked at hiring critical resources for the organization, which are absolutely must for us to hire. So we only hired for these critical resources internally. And till now, we used to have a source mix of say people coming from different sources and different channels as well, right? So this was a time wherein we had to internalize the entire, I would say, recruitment strategy, and had to look at building internal capability in the organization, which means relying more on referrals as a channel, right? Looking at your employees as influencers and ambassadors for attracting talent. So I mean, there was quite a bit of shift, I would say, till December. From a growth phase, we actually had to move to an optimization phase, which means you also have to be considerate and prudent on the cost, while at the same time, when business started picking up in the last quarter, uh, for us the last quarter is October, November, December, right? That's where we had to make shifts in the recruitment strategy as far as MoEngage is concerned.
As you mentioned that you had to go back to your drawing board and strategize in a new way. I believe this was new for all the companies, and even the leading HR heads were clueless about the situation because this was new.
Right.
If you can draw or suggest what was the biggest challenge, what was the biggest challenge as a people leader, and how did you manage it? How did you overcome it? If you have to pick one.
So Abid, I would say that it was certainly difficult, but I would like to phrase this a little differently. I would say that there was a lot more opportunity than a challenge last year. I mean, I guess, a lot of things, organizations wanted to do so far, and people and culture teams, have been wanting to do a lot of things. but somehow, they were not being able to do, a lot of these programs and initiatives, or let's say changes in business models as well. But somehow the pandemic presented that opportunity. Now, you may not like it. I mean, it was certainly difficult, but I guess, rather than looking at it as a challenge, we looked at it as an opportunity, right? We looked at it, as a problem statement which needs to be solved for. So the first and the foremost thing, that we did as an organization, right, is how do we communicate and how do you over communicate? That was the first thing, and it cuts across all the portfolios. It's not just about recruitment. It's a lot more around your compensation as well. It's a lot more around, your business numbers as well. So you have to communicate and over communicate to the organization, right? Where are you, right? What kind of stand does an organization take? How transparent and honest you were, when you're changing your recruitment strategy, or when the business numbers were not meeting the targets. So for us, that is the single most important thing that we did. And that's what, I just spoke about, in the previous conversation. Communication and over communication was the single most, I would say, initiative that we undertook. And we are still doing that. So we did not shy away from communicating and being transparent. And interestingly, that's one thing, that we realized, during last year, is it's not just about good things, and it's not just about good news, which needs to float around. And it doesn't have to be always glamorous, for people to love you. If you can go back to people, and if you can be as transparent and respect them, while giving that utmost clarity, I believe, that's where people belong to you. That's where, people feel, a part of the organization. And that's what we precisely did, whenever we communicated or over communicated at MoEngage.
Thank you so much. And I think this was the case for a lot of people, personally, professionally, and for a lot of companies as well, that it was more of a opportunity rather than a challenge, and they use that opportunity to build something new. And I think it created a good bond between you and your employees. So how different is MoEngage's hiring strategy now? Like, have you changed your hiring strategy totally? And how are your candidates experiencing this new world of work where everything is remote?
At the end of the last year, we started coming back, and we came back pretty strongly. So this year again, we are back to our growth strategy. So we are expanding in newer geographies. We are expanding in newer markets, and we're also building portfolios. So we are fairly aggressive as an organization in this particular year. We have set some audacious goals as well as an organization, which means people and culture have to align very, very closely, to the business plans as well. The answer to that question lies in me expanding my team. So if I'm expanding my team, that means there is a lot more promise that 2021 hold for us, which means we are investing in resources, who can come and help us build culture, resources who can manage culture, in multiple geographies. At the same time, we are also hiring for people who can help us attract, A-listers at MoEngage. So I'm expanding my talent acquisition team, which means there is a significant shift from an optimization strategy that we had last year to coming back to a growth strategy, which means MoEngage as an organization, has to expand, our portfolio of clients, coming back to, expanding our team and investing in the people and culture team, as a lever. So it has definitely changed, and we are back to our growth strategy.
Can we expect more innovation from MoEngage in terms of streamlining screening criteria, interviews, getting talent on board? Are you planning on more something like that?
So in fact, I would say that, last year we did a lot of improvement programs, within the talent acquisition function as such, right? There were definitely, innovations brought in, at an organizational level as well. But specifically talking about hiring, as one strategy. So one of the things that we are doing, currently is, we are trying to improve our processes and programs wherein, we closely align to business, right? So that's one very, very significant improvement program that we have run, which means different portfolios every week speak to their stakeholders once a week, right? Having conversations, and which are meaningful conversations. Now, I would not say that these are simple, mundane status check conversations, right? Wherein people talk about, what's happening, with business and what we are hiring. These are meaningful conversations which never used to happen or used to happen in a much informal manner. Now, the conversations are essentially from a business perspective, wherein your stakeholders are also more accountable for hiring people, right? So it's not necessarily the recruitment person, right, who is accountable. So we have built shared accountability at MoEngage, which means a business leader is as responsible for closing the manpower mandates in a particular quarter as much as the talent partner is. And these conversations happen in a very structured weekly cadences. For example, there is a customer success cadence which happens, there's a product cadence which happens, there's a sales cadence which happen, and different stakeholders are part of it. So we have a very structured program, which means there is a lot of data, I would say data driven approach, which gets built into this particular program, right? There are meaningful conversations. Stakeholders also, have accountability, which means that they have OKRs being set for manpower mandates. So this is one improvement program that we run, in this particular quarter, which has actually given us a lot of results, because now we see, we are more closely aligned in terms of the overall objective, right? So we are not running as parallel forces. We are running as one forces working together with each other. And there is a lot more collaboration, lot more seamless, I would say, problem solving. So it's a lot more cohesiveness, I say, that has been built, in the last one quarter. And I would like to quote that, as one example, which has really, really, given us good results, in this particular year so far.
What is your extra mandate in this share responsibility strategy? What is your extra mandate? Just like you mentioned that a business person is responsible for closing talent. What is your extra mandate?
So in fact, whenever I talk to my talent acquisition team, right, we just don't talk about, closing the mandates. We talk about how do we move the culture at MoEngage, which automatically moves the mandate. So let's say if a business leader, has a mandate to close about 50 positions, right? The talent acquisition accountability and responsibility is how do you get them to move to 50 fast enough, right? Which means how do you drive the entire process? How do you facilitate the conversations? How do you provide that insights and intelligence, from the market, which helps stakeholders or business to move from 0 to 50, right? That's the extra mandate that I'm talking about. So it's not just about, working on a particular position and closing mandates. We are actually going a lot beyond, having business conversations and making those, I would say, changes at a fundamental level, which becomes part of the culture of the organization. Because tomorrow, I do not want, an HR person to come and say that, hey, I need to close that particular position. It's actually business, who needs to own that. And HR is someone, who actually make, these influential decisions, in terms of inciting intelligence and own, a lot more bigger things at an org level.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts, sharing your strategy, and sharing your mandate as well.
Sure.
Thanks a lot, and congratulations once again.